Hi everyone, I'm Freya and I'm from the Sevenoaks camp. I hope you're all well during these really difficult times. I know sometimes it's been really hard, but I really hope you stayed positive and active and you and your family have just stayed safe. Today we're going to be making these paper lanterns. So I've made these ones here before. As you can see, they all look different, so depending on which one you prefer, when we get to those stages, I can say, whether to cut them, the pieces smaller or bigger. So, yeah. As you can see, they have handles and they can be easily hung up on your wall or somewhere, or you can place them on your desk or around your room or on the floor. Just as a really nice colorative decoration, if that's a word, and just to make your room a bit more colourful and more exciting. Brilliant. Okay, let's get started. So, first you're going to need an A4 piece of paper. It doesn't have to be coloured, but I prefer to have it quite a bold colour. But if you have a plain piece of paper, no worries, because you can just use felt tips or colouring pencils to decorate it, and if it is coloured you can still decorate it. It's completely your choice. Then you probably need some felt tips if you're going to colour it or whatever you want. And then you've got a pencil just to do some markings out or for colouring in, a ruler for the handle that we're going to rule out just to make it straight and looking perfect. And then if you're a minnow or a starfish, maybe you want to ask for help with this stage, but you will need some scissors, so be really careful with these and always hold the scissors by the handle and make sure they're facing down. You're also going to need some sellotape. You could use a Pritt stick glue, or for mine I used a stapler, but it might just be safer to use some sellotape. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is make sure that your A4 piece of paper is landscape, so make sure that the longer side is closest to your tummy, so longer side closest to your tummy. And then you're going to want to make, this is for the handle, you're going to take your ruler and your pencil and just mark out, I'd say 2 fingers maybe for the little ones, for the minnows, maybe I'd say 3 fingers for your handle. Measure that and then put the line where your ruler, where your fingers are, and then just draw that line straight down so that you have a guide line for when you're going to cut this handle off. So you can see that here. Awesome, guys. So you should have your paper with your line looking like this. Now, this is the part that if you minnows and starfish are watching, you might want to get someone older to help you use these scissors. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors carefully and you're going to cut along, can you see it? Cut along the line that you've just made. So we're going to do that now. Just cut neatly along this line. It doesn't matter if you go a little bit wonky, but try to do it as straight as you can. And then it should just look like this. Then you're going to put this to the side for a bit. Don't throw it away. This is going to be your handle. So you just put it aside for a bit and we'll get back to it. Okay, now this stage is making the actual body of the lantern. So what you're going to do is, still with your landscape, the longer side at your tummy, you're going to take the bottom 2 corners, as you can see, and fold it up to the top 2 corners. So the bottom 2 corners are going to meet the top 2 corners and say hello. So the right one meets the right top corner, the left one meets the left top corner. You're going to press down really hard on this bit, and then you're going to bring your finger out, as you can bring your finger out to the edge so it makes that crease, and whilst holding on tight, make that line right here. Ooh, made it a bit wonky whilst I was doing that. Okay, yeah, so like that. Okay, so you have your smaller rectangle here, which you've just made by folding that bigger rectangle in half like this. Awesome. Looking great, you guys. Well done. Okay. You will need scissors for this part, so if you did have help with the earlier part, I would ask for help again just for this last bit with the scissors. This is it makes these lines here for your lantern so that they can be out kind of like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut from the fold line to the two separate parts to the outside here, but you're going to make sure that it doesn't go all the way up to the top. So I'll show you that in just a second. It might actually be easier if we drew a line across here just to make sure that we all know where we're cutting to and from. So this line is going to represent how far up the lantern you want this line. So as you can see with my yellow lantern, it's got some funny faces on it. It doesn't go as far up as this one does. So it depends what you prefer. And then this one also is quite similar to the yellow one in that it doesn't go all the way up. So whichever you prefer. And then just do around that size. So I'd say probably two finger sizes from the top. Actually, one finger size, and if you're small, 2. Okay, so here is the line that you're going to use as your guideline. But before we do any cutting, if you want to decorate the outside of your lantern, now is the time to do it. So as you can see, some of my really bad designs, I'm sure you all can draw a lot better than me, but I did a lifeguard kind of saying no running, some water along the bottom, just because yellow shirts are the lifeguards, and a smiley face and a star here. But of course you can draw a big picture or a small picture or little small pictures, but you just have to remember that once you do draw a big picture, it will be cut up by the lantern's lines here. So if you want it to be a flat drawing, I'd say save it for the handle. So I'm going to draw a smiley face. I am going to do some drawings and some decorations for my lantern. So I'm going to take my felt tip pens and I'm going to draw some flowers. Remember, if you're drawing on a coloured paper, the pens that you choose will change depending on what two colours make which two colours make what. So red and blue make purple, so my circle here is purpley but red but also quite dark, so it won't be completely the same colour that you draw it, but if it was on a white piece of paper, then it will be the colour that you choose. So I've drawn a little daisy here. What else should I draw? A star. Don't forget to open up your paper also to decorate it. And make sure it's on the side that if you were to make it like a house, a roof of a house, can you see that triangle there? The triangle's pointing up. This is to make sure that your decorations are on the outside of your lantern instead of on the inside. So I've just drawn a smiley face, a star, a flower, we love barracudas, and then maybe I'll draw a little happy face down here on the bottom too. But again, the design's completely up to you, and just have fun with it, and you can colour it in. So I might take my yellow crayon and colour in the flower here. Just, you can see that. Oh, that's quite bright. Just make it yours, and Okay, amazing. So we've got those designs down, and I'm sure you guys have done amazing designs. I can imagine probably there's some Pokemon. I know some of my Sevenoaks lot, they loved Pokemon, or some unicorns, they were really popular. Lots of smiley faces and hearts, pretty flowers. I'm pretty sure that your lanterns are looking very, very cool. Much cooler than mine, but that's okay. I will be fine. Okay, so now we are finally on to the cutting part. So what we're going to do is, as I explained earlier, from the fold to the outside up until the line here. So I will just demonstrate that now. Can you see? So you cut this from this all the way, cut a nice straight line up to the top where that line is, and stop and carry on. So depending on how big you want your line gaps here, so they're quite big on this one, that's how much space you leave. So I'm going to do a slightly bigger than this, but definitely smaller than this one. So as you can see, I'm leaving about a finger, well, my finger width gap between, but you can obviously leave bigger or smaller. Just make sure that they are the same size as each other. And don't worry if you're cutting into your picture, because we knew that was going to happen. That will all be fine. So we just keep cutting along like this, and we keep going all the way to the bottom. Okay, sorry, I did some cutting off camera, but we just do the same until you reach the end, like so. So what you're going to end up with right now at this stage is a little, almost like a little caterpillar. So if you can all do this with your creation, then you are winning. We are on the right track. So these frilly bits here, and it's all straight up here. Brilliant. Okay, so and then now we're going to do, what we're going to do now is we're going to open this up like this, so that now our caterpillar is now just kind of a fun shape in your paper. So it looks like this. If we just put this down for a second and pick up our sellotape, take off a piece long enough, like this size, and cut it in half so that you get two pieces, so that you can stick the top and the bottom of your lantern together. So I will show you now. So you open your lantern up like this, and making sure that the folds outwards, and that's outside, making sure that your design is on the outside of your lantern. You're going to make these two ends meet each other, and that's where you're going to put your sellotape. So we are going to stick that on top like this, and the same with the bottom. So okay, so now it should look like this. And we're almost done, you guys. So can your lantern stand up like mine? If so, that's amazing. You've done so well. I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, so we're almost finished. Now for the handle. So if you get that strip of paper that we cut off at the beginning, like we said to put it aside, hope you all still have this. We're going to put this to a side now. And have this bit here. And this is going to be your handle, so feel free to decorate it however you wish. So I'm going to take my yellow pencil and just do some zigzag lines, almost like it's a thunderbolt, a lightning bolt, like this, all along. Ooh. But you can do some hearts or some smiley faces, which... Okay, so we have finished the handle. here's my zigzaggy line that you can see kind of on that. And now we are getting our sellotape. So we're going to have 2 bits of tape again, just to stick the handle onto the lantern. This is really difficult. I always find it so difficult to find the ends, so make sure you ask someone if you need their help finding the ends. I always just try feel for the end, because usually there's a little lump where the end is and you can find it. Okay, brilliant. So 2 pieces of tape. You're going to stick it on either end of your handle like this. So that, and the same on this. So you've got the 2 ends with sticky tape here. And then you're going to get your lantern back here and choose which one you want your front to be and what you want your back to be. Just give me my front here. Here. And then make sure, and then you just put your handle on your lantern like this. You just stick it on like that, one side, and stick it on like this. Of course, you can make your handle all glittery if you've got glitter at home, or you can stick some stickers on it. You can do all sorts. So here is my finished lantern with this, and that can go along with all. I forgot to mention that we probably all still have this pencil line that we drew at the beginning to see where we'd cut up to. So you can just rub this out, and then that is your finished lantern. Okay, brilliant. So I hope you all had fun making these. I'm sure all of your creations are marvellous. I really can't wait to see them, and I wish you guys all the best for the rest of the summer, and yeah, just stay safe and goodbye.